Hey, what's up, guys? It's George. So it's funny, just a little bit ago, I was about to do a video, and all of a sudden I noticed, wait a sec, I'm wearing the same shirt. And I've worn this same shirt a couple of times in recent videos. I gotta change my shirt. People are gonna think I don't have, any other clothes. And then and as I was getting changed and everything, I thought, you know what, I'm gonna do a video on exactly on this topic. Because really, I only buy clothes like once every couple of years. I live as if you'd think I'm like a poor person, by the way that I live, even though I'm doing very well for myself. But there's a reason why I live the way I do, why it seems like why I live like a poor person, because I don't buy materialistic things. I don't live a materialistic lifestyle. I have no debt, buy everything in cash that's within my means, that's practical. Like I said, I buy clothes for myself like once every couple of years. I'm wearing a free shirt right now. Majority of times I'm wearing free shirts I got from a race. I don't wear fancy jewelry. I live a simple lifestyle. I do a lot of my own cooking at home. I even grow a lot of my own food. I'm a frugal, thrifty shopper. I use coupons. I try to get deals and bargains when I can, and I live a simple, frugal lifestyle. And living like this has allowed me to get very good at accumulating wealth very quickly. And to give you an example, just last year, or we're in 2009, in the beginning of 2018, so just about 2 years ago, long story, but in the beginning of 2018, due to some unfortunate bad business decisions that, long story for another video, but due to failed business venture where I got taken advantage of, long story, but I ended up losing everything. I lost over $100,000. Yeah, it was painful. I was doing very well at over $100,000 saved away, and I lost all of it. And not only did I lose it all, but I also had some debt, because I was planning on using some of that money to pay off this debt. I had a 0-interest credit card, and I was gonna but some things happened. I lost everything, all my savings, and ended up broke and in debt. And that is what led to a lot of business ventures that I got into that I'm still in. Long story, but now, just a couple of days ago, I was going through doing my financial reviews, and I noticed how I'm right back about to where I was before, just about $100,000, no debt and everything, and just about right back to where I was. I built my life up that quickly, right back. And I'm not a millionaire. I don't make $1 zillion. I'm doing very well for myself. I make a lot more money than most people, but I'm very good at saving money. I live frugal and I save money, and that's why I'm able to get ahead and to live this kind of a lifestyle where I have a lot of freedom. I'm able to travel a lot, have a lot of experiences. Don't have any debt. I have time freedom, which is most valuable to me, and I owe it to the principles that I learned from books that I read. For example, I read Rich Dad Poor Dad, famous book by Robert Kiyosaki. It's one of the first books that I ever read, business books, when I was younger in high school, and I remember it really changed the way that I viewed money. And it talked about how poor people, people with a broke mindset, what they do is they take all their money and their extra money that they have, and they buy stuff with it. They buy liabilities. They go out and buy the fancy shoes, the Jordans. They go and they buy a car that they can't even afford, that's way outside of their means. They buy all kinds of fancy TVs, jewelries. They live this glitzy lifestyle, always spending their money on stuff. Whereas wealthy people who have a wealth mindset, they don't blow their money on liabilities, things that are outside of their mean liabilities. They put their money into things that are going to make them more money. They think they have a long-term vision and thinking as if they're building a snowball, where you put money in today so that it can grow and compound into something bigger in the future. And people with a broke mindset have a very difficult time understanding that. that they have a hard time envisioning the future. That why would I take this extra $500 and putting into this savings account that I'm not even going to be able to. I want to be able to get these Nike Jordans now. That's going to bring me happiness now. I don't want to put this and deal with just making a little bit of interest over compounding over decades. But that's the difference between a broke mindset and a wealth mindset. And so I take all of them. I'm very thrifty. Money, what I've learned also is that money is an offense and a defense game. It's not just about how much you make. It's about how much money you can save. And so it's an offense and a defense. So I'm focused on both. I'm focused on always finding ways to make more money. That's why I have multiple successful businesses, and I'm always open and exploring ways to make more money. But I'm also always focused on the defense as well as protecting my money and not just blowing my money frivolously, investing it into stupid things, into liabilities that are outside of my means. Yes, I buy things that are for my enjoyment and things, but I buy things that are within my means. And so a lot of people, you can get wealthy on a very small salary, but a lot of people don't realize this. They think that the only way you can get rich and accumulate wealth is if you're rich, but that's not true. You can become a millionaire and become wealthy even with a menial income if you play the defense well. If you're good at being thrifty and not spending a lot of money foolishly, and then you save all your extra money and allowing it to compound over time. So money is an offense and a defense game. I focus on finding, when I do a daily review, a weekly review, a monthly review, and a quarterly review, and an annual review. And during my monthly review, that's when I really take I go through all my finances with a fine-tooth comb, and I see areas that I can cut out in my spending. Like, you know what, I know I'm spending $20 a month on this. Do I really need that? I'll cut that out. That's why I got one of many reasons why I got rid of my cable TV years ago. I just decided to cut it. I didn't need it. Save me an extra 20, 30, 40, $50 a month, whatever it was. And so I'm always looking for ways that I can save money. That's another reason why I shave my own hair. Before I was spending 50 to $75 a month doing having someone else do my hair. I just shave it myself, save money. That may sound silly, but all those little ways add up, and all of a sudden, before you know it, I have found an extra $500 a month that I can save, where somebody else in the same exact situation, not only would they not find ways to save it, but they would end up in debt because they're not focused on the defense and protecting their money, and so they're just spending money frivolously. They never do reviews and checking and how they can cut back on their spending. And then with that abundance of money, when all of a sudden you have extra money, like what I do when I'm doing my monthly review, and okay, all right, I got this, I was able to save an extra, $5,000 that I made, instead of just blowing it. What a lot of people have this mindset that, money is meant to be spent, and then they just blow it because, I got an extra $5,000 party time. No, I take that money and I invest it. I'm also, I've learned to be conservative with my investment as well. I'm not inclined to play the risk game. That's whatever. Follow somebody else for that. Hey, if that's your thing, if you want to do that, that's cool. But I'm more conservative with my investments. So I put my investments into things that are going to be conservative over a long period of time. And I diversify my investments. That's another video I'll go into about investments. But so that, guys, that's what the thing. Money is an offense and a defensive game. Yes, be always focused on ways to make more money, but then also be focused on doing reviews and checking on ways that you can cut back your spending, and then take that extra money and invest it. And now, some people, they blow their money on fancy clothes and going out to the club, spending hundreds of dollars every weekend, trying to impress people that they don't even like and don't even like them, whatever. I spend my extra money on health. That's my number one priority is investing into my health, because I know that with good health, my brain is going to function better, so I'm going to be able to see opportunities. I'm going to be utilizing my brain to be able to help make me more money. And then I'm also going to have the energy to keep up with everything. I have multiple businesses, single dad, I'm an athlete, so I want to have the energy to be able to keep up with everything. Most people don't have the energy to be able to perform at the level that I do and operate all the things that I have going on in my life, and that's due to lack of energy. So that's why health is my number one. Taking care of my health, because I know with good health I can be a better father, I can be better everything else. And then the other thing that I do invest a lot of money into is also my education. Every year I spend thousands and thousands of dollars on my education, buying books, courses, seminars, and I say that word investment. Same thing with my health. I spend a lot of money on health products, on food, quality food, because I see it as an investment. I know that by investing into courses, coaching, seminars, books, that I'm going to gain more knowledge, and I know that I'm the type of person to put the knowledge into application, that I apply what I learn. And so with new knowledge that I gain, I'm constantly learning how to make more money. And that's why I say that education is an investment if you apply it. If you're the type of person that is just a self-help junkie and you don't apply what you learn, then it is not. Then it's a liability. But if you are the type of person that is disciplined, has willpower, and will actually apply what you learn, then education is absolutely an investment. So guys, these are just some tips and some to give you an idea on why I live the way I do. I don't live a glitzy life. I don't live a flashy lifestyle. Not saying that there's anything wrong with that. If that's you and that's how you want to live, that's great. I'm not saying I'm better than anybody that lives a flashy lifestyle. Just for me, I live conservatively, and I like to save my money. I work hard for my money, and I don't like to spend it foolishly. I do a lot of traveling. I spend money foolishly on traveling, on experiences, on things like that. But I would rather spend my money on that. And then I try to think of life as the long term and investing towards the long term visions. And guys, regardless of how much money that you're making, if you can get good at doing monthly reviews, you can find ways to cut back on your spending. And if you learn how to save an extra $500 a month, even with the same income, then you really just gave yourself like a $500 a month raise. And I guarantee you, if I went through your income, I could find ways that you could save money. And then you take that money, you invest it, and over time it'll compound, and before you know it, your money will be making you money, and you'll be getting richer, you'll be building wealth. And that is the secret to getting wealth, to building real wealth. So this is why I kind of live like a poor person. I make excellent money. I make more money than most people do in this country. Like I said, I follow the principle of rich dad, poor dad. A lot of people who look rich on the outside, they got all the glitz, they're poor. And I know this because of my businesses. I go in and out of people's homes all the time in my notary business, and I know. And I go to the poor communities and the poor people's homes, and they all got the Mercedes Benz and rims, and then inside their house they got the all the TVs and everything, and all the gold chain and everything, yet they're broke. And I see it because I'm seeing their financial papers. So that is the broke mindset versus people who are truly wealthy. They typically don't live that kind of flashy lifestyle because they don't need to impress anybody. So guys, just some food for thought. And I hope you're all having a great day. Keep making that money and saving that money. Till next time, see ya.